Hello, hello, beautiful person watching this. I am so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Defect run. Hope you're all doing well today. Another try. Having a look. Nice looking path on the left side there with the campfire before the first elite. Random common relic gives us a strawberry for 7 max health. Starting off our ascent in maximum health here. Probably the highest amount of maximum health I've ever had as the Defect, and Singing Bowl was not involved, which is kind of crazy. Sometimes it just happens. Good fight. And a fruit juice. There's 5 more max health right there. And take an FTL on floor 1 over a barrage. We don't have the way to make the orbs yet, so might as well do that. I choose not to chance the dual cast there, just strike, strike, defend. Very brutal, taking the 18, of course. Ouch! Focus pot is also quite good, and cool-headed probably gets clicked on. Man, Jawworm hitting for 12, also brutal. But he always be doing that. Pretty good fight. And there's a Glacier. That seems pretty good. Thinking I might need more damage, though. I might actually skip the Glacier, which would be a shame, but Glacier is just one of those cards you just want to click on so bad. And yeah, we only have FTL here. We might have to kill Gremlin. I may take Barrage or Cold Snap. I take Cold Snap over Glacier. It's disgusting. Over your eyes. And more max health, plus 5. Already at 88, essentially, max health. Ouch. Tough fight here. I see. It still had its armor there, so I couldn't kill it. This was okay. Took some damage here, but as far as hard fights go, should be not too bad. And Barrage is here again. Is that the 4th Barrage? Finally, you can take it, I think. Maybe even upgrade it. Yep. A tough fight here as well. Jawworm plus green slime, pretty brutal. Slime is dead, should be fine now. Down to 29 or 34-ish health. Definitely a little bit spooky here. But the upgraded Barrage is going to be quite a lot of damage. And we can finally drink the fruit juice. And there's a Ball Lightning, probably going to click on that as well. There's also Beam Cell though, which I considered for a moment. Beam Cell multiplying that barrage damage would be quite good. It's just we still need a little bit more orbs to ponder and whatnot. I focus pot against the sentries. The frost orbs against this fight are really, really strong. If we can find them. And I was hoping that one of the lightning orbs would hit the left guy there, but whiffed, unfortunately. And both cool-headed and Cold Snap at the bottom here, unfortunately. But down to 9. Definitely not ideal. We get a Horn Cleat for 14 block on turn 2. That's really, really good. One of the best relics in the game, to be sure, in almost every run. And Melter is here, has some more damage. But might take a white noise instead. Or perhaps even skip. I've been a bit of a white noise enjoyer lately. And Meat on the Bone is here, which is very strong. Every time we end a combat with half health or less, we will gain 12 health. Restore 12 health. And I make sure to open on turn 1 there because of our Horn Cleat. Wanted to make sure we get that 14 block token. So a little bit spooky here against Sluggable and being 9 health. Just living here. I may draw pot into something else, but nope. Down to 2, 1 health. This run 1, by the way. Very cool. Yeah, Meat on the Bone definitely showing up at the right time here. That's for sure. And we just got exact lethal. Wow. And we get a bag of prep for 2 extra cards on turn 1. That's very, very strong as well. So the relics are cooking. Take a Doom and Glue. Good damage. Fungi Beasts are a great fight. Very happy to see them. Basically 12 free health here. Law has arrived. It's probably skip or turbo, to be honest. Like, take the early turbo or skip is the options here, I would say. Turbo definitely a bit early, but that's okay. I have successfully attacked the correct sentry. Very happy about that. And yet again, taking some damage here. This shouldn't be too bad, though. Ooh, if I had done full-headed last turn, I would have been able to evoke the Dark Orb that turn. That's okay. And we get a bag of marbles, applying 1 vulnerable at the start of each combat to all enemies. That is a solid relic as well, even if we aren't particularly caring about dealing attack damage, which we currently are, then at least it strips artifact charges as well. And we did take a turbo, so considering the compile driver seems actually quite good here. We even have 3 different orb types, so it can actually draw 3 cards. And I even upgrade Cool-Headed for more card draw. When you take the turbo, you really want to get enough draw to support it. Of course. This is a very tame lineup for the Gremlin gang here. Very pleased with this lineup here. And they're dead. It's another turbo, it's probably unnecessary. Another ball lightning is also probably unnecessary. Could take a leap for some block. We did skip a glacier earlier, so it could be a little bit late on the block. Try to skip instead and take a power pot for the boss. Seems reasonable. What to upgrade? Doom and Gloom, probably. White noise upgrade's also reasonable, I think, for good energy cost on it. Turbo bag of prep, pretty good combo. And I can split right now, or I can do it next turn, hopefully. Basically giving us a free turn here. Although I maybe should have split because Horn Cleat, right? Could have just blocked for free this turn. So what about this turn? I'm not power potting, by the way, which is that's questionable, I will say. Definitely a bit strange. I'm being greedy, or I'm forgetting it exists. One of those two. Which are both bad. I'd say forgetting it exists is stupider than being greedy, but both obviously not ideal. Cast the Frost Orb, probably. Or I could let it go. I do Power Pot after all. You fool! You could have had, like, 7 powers in play by now, assuming it gave the same result, which it doesn't. Because, depending on when you play the potions, the seed changes. Kind of buffer. It could have given the same result, though, of course. And it's equally as likely to, is the important thing. Can't ever think like, oh, if I had played this potion earlier or later, then I would have had a different result. Like, you can't know that, of course, unless you're playing on a seeded run or something. So yeah, very foolish. I probably took more damage than I was meant to here because of the whole not power potting on turn 1 thing. But that's okay. Made it through. Meal of the Bone's gonna carry us. And Bias Cog is here. Gonna click on that. And there's a Coffee Dripper, and we have Meal of the Bone. I'm gonna click on that as well. So now we can no longer rest, but we will get 1 extra energy every fight, of course. There's also a nuclear battery there if we needed not to take Coffee Dripper there. But can definitely get away with Coffee Dripper when you have the Meal of the Bone. Meal of the Bone, really good. There's a 4 elite path. I'm feeling it, guys. Look at this. Including the super duper elite. Act 2 super elite is definitely the super duper elite. Very brutal. So we can break one of the birds here. And then next turn, since they're all buffing this turn, we're going to get attacked next turn. We have Horn Cleat. So it should be pretty smooth. Draw the Doom and Gloom and win, pretty much. Shouldn't be hitting that one, probably. Gonna be killing that with Doom and Gloom soon. Small mistake. Unfortunate placement for the Lightning Orb there. Lost the 25% chance to kill it. That's okay. And Tempest Plus is alright. Could be good. With Bias Cog, or any focus really, obviously cards that make a lot of Lightning Orbs become better. And we even get the Upgrade All Basics events. That's pretty good as well. When you still have all your basics or even close, then the Upgrade All tends to be the best. And we found Panacea from the shop, which is great. So now we can use that artifact charge, hopefully, to prevent the focus minus buff, debuff, from the Bias Cog. That would be quite good. Draw 3 cards. Pretty good. Surely Barrage Tempest kills here. Good fight. Trash next. It is amazing because, in case any newer or less experienced players are out there, there has been, of course, over the years, a lot of discussion about what a good card is in this game, and it's a very hard question to answer, and very contextual, not only on the run, but also what part of the run you're in every run. So, Ball Lightning is a great example of an excellent card. Like, if you find it on floor 1, it might be the best card you can see, literally. But then, eventually, you have to stop taking basic attacks or common attacks, because you need better cards than that. So, it's all a bit of a push and pull. And we get a Dead Branch, by the way. Every time we exhaust a card, we'll get a random card. That's a very strong relic. It's not amazing here, but it is pretty good. And we're down to 21 health because we also found the +5 max health but take 25 damage event, which is pretty brutal. But that's still +5 towards thickness. And I don't take the bottle there because no power. I'm particularly that interested in having on turn 1. Bias Cog is an obvious candidate, but then that means I'm always probably playing it before the Panacea, which is bad. And a tough turn 1 here against the Slavers. How are we not dead is a great question that I continue to ask in every one of my runs. We do get to kill one. Not playing Bias Cog there is a little bit brutal. Drawing Bias Cog there is brutal, I would say. Horn Cleat is cooking. And Panacea is even better now. It'll give us a random card. I'm considering saving the Panacea, which would be crazy because I'm getting weakened right now. Still looking pretty dead here, to be honest. Killed one, that's pretty good. Made it through Slavers. Hobbled our way through. And we get a mango for 14 max health. We're now in the triple digis. Definitely getting pretty thick here, I have to say so. And the fact that obtaining max health also restores your health equal to the same amount is very good. We are pretty low, so appreciating that health. And unfortunately, we blocked the confused debuff here, so did not prevent the focus minus debuff. But that's okay, because we don't need that many turns in this fight. In fact, it might be dead right now. It is. And focus pot is great. More compile driver or more turbo could both be good. Depends what we need more. We did take a reinforced body and another cool headed, so the second turbo is actually looking pretty good. And also the void that you get gives you a random card with Dead Branch, which is certainly not a reason to take it, but it is like something at least. So reinforced body is doing 7 times X, so we want to make sure we play that for enough. Looks like I'm taking a little bit of damn. Not too bad though. So much white noise. Looks like we found electrodynamics, which is great in this fight. We win. We'll draw Bias Cog eventually, right? Surely. That was a good fight. And we get a Smiling Mask, reducing the cost of the card remove option at shops to 50 gold permanently. Definitely a solid relic there if we can find some shops. And I can Panacea the Vulnerable from the Funky Beast, so don't take the Vulnerable there, that's quite good. Since it was attacking us, kind of had to deal with it quickly. And get to Bias Cog Tempest. Should die next turn. And another fruit juice, which you know I'm clicking on because I need that max health. So it's 2 fruit juices and every possible max health event so far, I think. Taking Heat Sinks over Glacier, yet again skipping Glacier, it's brutal. But Heat Sinks is a lot of card draw, and we did just find a creative AI. I do take it. So the fact that I'm resisting the Glacier twice now is actually, I really love that because I'm sort of a sucker for Glacier. But if it's wrong to take. And it could have been, you know, correct to take it there, but I don't know. I think the heat sinks is really good. And my way back into Slayers here couldn't kill the right guy, unfortunately, so taking a billion damage. But we have Meal of the Bone, doesn't matter. Whoosh. It could matter. And meal tickets here, restoring 15 health whenever we enter a shop, which we already want to do because of Smiling Mask. So it's a nice 1-2 punch of relics there. And upgrade defrag or heat sinks is an interesting question. I think it's actually, or a creative AI as well. Put that bad boy in play. Not upgrading defrag is also a decision that I never would have made in the past, but the combination of having Bias Cog in my deck already and wanting to be able to put this in play is really good. So we just put creative AI and no downside Biased Cog and Echo Form into play on turn 1 against Collector, so this fight's over, which is great. Wowzers. Just a little bit too much going on for Collector to handle, I think. There is another Echo Form. Yep. Could play Creative AI doubled here and have 3 Creative AIs in play, but that seems a little bit much. Just kill it instead. Oh, it's actually just dead. That's crazy. Goodbye, Collector. And THICC seems quite good. THICC always good, of course. Less good with Snecko Eye, perhaps. Other than that, pretty much always good. And Tiny House for 5 more max health. And possibly another fruit juice. All of our basics are upgraded, so Pandas is a little bit less good. Verdict Dome, unnecessary perhaps? You already have 4 energy. I do in fact click on Tiny House here. We are so thick, it's crazy. So that's 112 max health now. With no... I said it earlier, what's that thing called? The +2 max health instead of card removing. Or adding cards. Singing Bowl, that's what it's called. No Singing Bowl, 112 max health defect. That's pretty crazy. 117 really, because we have fruit juice as well. More shop? Can I find like a waffle for more max health? If I see waffle and don't click it, I'm going to be very upset with myself, actually. Hit the turbo, because we have Tempest to sink our energy into here. And block and then play Doom Gloom, so we don't take the damage from the Spiker. Didn't even care about Tempest, really. Gonna play Heat Sinks first. I'm just rage baiting, it's fine. I had lethal, by the way. There we go. Another Cool-Headed seems fine. Hard to go wrong with Cool-Headed any amount when you have Bias Cog. I'm skipping, it seems. I do in fact take it. And there's pellets. Yep, that's getting clicked on. More Bias Cog, please. I even take Hologram. Hologram unupgraded is perfectly fine with Dead Branch. Hard move a strike. Meteor Strikes here. A little bit hard to play. Yep. Purity was there also, which I didn't consider at all. We had Dead Branch for it, which is pretty interesting. Absolute trash here, by the way. Discovery is good, though. Absolute trash otherwise. Panacea was there again. Exhaust for Dead Branch, but we don't need it anymore. We have Bias Cog. It's essentially like saying I would like a random defect card in my deck instead of like drawing a different card. Because you just get a random defect card when you play it. Skill, power. Oh, I didn't even mention what Pellets does. I apologize. So Pellets says whenever we play an attack, skill, and power all in the same turn, we will cleanse all of our debuffs. And that, of course, includes the debuff from Bias Cog. One of the best synergies in the game, for sure. And matching game is here, very exciting. Glad to not find Zap there. All the curses at the right side there. Skim would be great here. Would love to find that. Oof. And there's a Skim, very sad. One more try, please. It is incredible how well that is balanced, that event, because if you had one more guess or one less guess, it would be wildly different outcomes. Like, it'd be too easy to find a card you want if you had one more. It is incredible how well this game is balanced in general, by the way. I also played Bias Cog without, after cleansing with my pellets, which was a mistake. Whoops. Hopefully can do it again later and then do it properly this time. So only lose one focus. We cannot return the focus we've already lost since our focus value is positive. You can only cleanse focus minus, like actually I have already lost focus, if it's negative, because otherwise it's not a debuff. It's just like your buff got lessened and therefore cannot be cleansed. A little bit awkward here. Would love for this lightning orb to hit a minion. Whoop. And that's a very sad. It's okay though, not taking too much damage here. Hyper Beam. So kill the minions and then play the dual cast on the Dark Orb. Because the Dark Orb always hits the lowest health thing, of course. Did you know? You should know. It says it on the tooltip. But some people don't know. Any zero cost cards in chat? Just one. Because Lightning Orb really wants to hit Reptimancer. Past me is certainly thinking the same thing. Ouch. Make another Lightning Orb and hope that the bottom ones get hit. They don't. Oh no, we're taking damage. 34 damage. Yeah. Would actually like to take 5 damage here, if possible. That's not possible though. Get out. And Shovel has arrived, letting us dig for relics instead of other options at rest sites. And take a stack plus. We have a pretty big deck and a dead branch, which will make fodder. So we may have a lot of cards to benefit the stack. Upgrade Defrag, of course. It's about time. Should definitely play Panacea first. It's a good cleanse. I need to be better about the, like, it doesn't usually matter, but optimizing the slowed debuff is something I whiff on a lot. Like, I'm lazy with it, I suppose. You should play non-attacks first against Giant Head in order to stack the slowed debuff, making it take more damage. And usually this will result in, like, a little bit of extra damage, but sometimes it can matter quite a lot. And if you don't get in the habit of doing it, then you may just whiff all the time. You're certainly able to put our powers in play. This is why this is the sort of deck that wins, because it's not just, oh, we have the good cards like Bias Cog and Defrag. It's also that we have enough draw and energy gain to actually play them and not die. That's very important. Holy moly, that's a lot of cards. I don't think I should be playing more turbos. Where you have like 4 voids in there. And buffer charge is going to be huge here. decided to get the lightning orb over the one more card draw. Reasonable. Unfortunately, only taking 7 damage there to lose that buffer charge. That's a little bit of a bummer. Here we go. It's so dead. It's insane how dead it is right now. Or we just draw, all depends. Another buffer. Might not be necessary. And we get the boot! Whenever we deal unblocked attack damage less than 5, it gets increased to 5. Could actually be useful against the Nemesis, although it's unlikely. So I take another turbo, the Madman. Still haven't upgraded heat sinks, which makes that a bit awkward, actually. But yeah, the thing about turbo is it continues to be useful when you have creative AI, because you've never played everything. You're always making more stuff. It's gotta be heat sinks here, surely. Yep. Okay. I would have had some choice words for past me if that was not heat sinks. I have no attack in my hand, so I can't do the cleanse. This might be like Cool-Headed Plus. I take creative AI instead. Find Amplify from Dead Branch, so that's pretty good. Should have waited to see what I got with Dead Branch there to end my turn. Could have been like an Echo Form or something. Could have turboed into it. Definitely want to make sure you are appreciating what you are being given by Dead Branch before making more decisions. Bias Gog in play, cleansed. And again. Oh yeah, Capacitor is good. There's something about Capacitor that hits different. Don't know what it is. Just having more warp slot feels amazing. The boot! Getting in there. Pretty good heatsink storm stuff going on. It's nearly dead. Find Barrage again, it should die. To the boot. The power of the boot. Unfortunately, not happening, it seems. We do have buffer charges, so this 45 is not actually scary. But I'd actually liked to take that 9 to heal for 12 with Mila, though. So that's okay. Now we get a gold-plated cables, which will trigger the passive of our next, or of our rightmost orb by an additional time every turn. That's definitely a very strong relic when you have a lot of focus. And I also found a potion belt, by the way. But as you can see, that is of course giving us more potion slot. And for anyone wondering, why haven't you drank the fruit juice yet? Surely there's no downside to just drinking it, right? There is, in fact, reasons. For example, so the main reason you want to drink it is, there's 2 reasons, there's 3 reasons, actually. Reason 1, you're about to rest. Rest is based on max health, so you want to get more max health, so you drink the fruit juice first. Reason number 2, you're about to die, and the 5 health actually matters. Reason 3 is you found another potion, and your potion slots are full. Those are the reasons you should be drinking fruit juice. If none of those are applying in your current situation, you should not drink the fruit juice, because events that cost max health are based on your, like, a percentage of your max health. So if you have more max health, then you will lose more max health if you've gained more max health prior. So you want to avoid drinking it for as long as possible. Additionally, there's other reasons, subtle reasons. could find a toy ornithopter, for example, from Elite, which means we would have lost 5 health. Just as an example. And I'm sure there's plenty of other niche reasons you can think of. Looking a little bit spooky, this maw. The maw. We are filling you here, though. Arriving in time. And Ancient Potion's pretty good, although no, it's not because we have Bias Cog. Food Sequence really good because we have Dead Branch and Bag of Prep. And it's upgraded. Not gonna complain about that. Got some nice area of effect damage going on here. Doom and Gloom kills. Excellent turn. I don't think we've taken damage this act, actually. I finally drink the fruit juice, up to 117 health. I'm really loving this creative AI, it seems. No, don't think you're so thick. Alright, guys. It's like thinking is like being creative. I'm workshopping the bit still. Calipers will be good here, by the way. It's true. Like, Hello World is disgusting. But it's fine. We're gonna have so many random cards added to our hand at the start of each turn. Full on, what's the word? Fiesta? The League players would call it. Is that still a meme? I haven't played League in a long time. Remember, every time it was like a very chaotic game, they would say it's a fiesta. Play Barrage. Or Hologram for a turbo. Considering playing Tempest here is absolutely insane. That would be wrong, dare I say. Oh, I should have played stack before reshuffling. Unless it doesn't matter. It did not matter. Gold-plated cables got us there. Past me pointing it out for us. Yeah, gaining, it's essentially like having an extra orb slot, and then your rightmost orb is in that orb slot when you have gold-plated cables, which is quite good. It is a little bit awkward to have the orb you want be there all the time, but that's already a bit of a thing with loop and stuff like that anyway, so. The orb stuff, it really hurts my head sometimes. Like, it's the only character where, like, you have a card that does a thing that's proactive, and you don't want to play it sometimes because, like, you will get rid of one of your other orbs, and you want the orbs to be in a certain order. It's very tricky. Not to say that never ever happens on other characters, but it's a lot more common on Defect. And Sundial is here. Every time we reshuffle our deck 3 times, we'll gain 2 energy. That's pretty unexciting here. We have a huge deck, and even huger when you have Dead Branch. Gonna be tough to reshuffle enough times for that to matter. Get the key. And it's Woke Bird, of course. It's always Woke Bird, always will be, always has been. We don't have a great deck for Wokebird here. We have Heat Sinks, Creative AI as like our main game plan, so it's gonna be a bit tricky. Play Capacitor because it's that good. I should call it this pot. Ritual against the Wokebird. Hyper Beam looks good, except the minus focus thing's a little bit of a bummer. And I'm avoiding playing Heat Sinks, just hoping that the Frost Orbs and the huge amount of focus we make and the Capacitors that help a lot as well is enough to get us there. 56 damage. Ouch. Hoping that dies. Does. It wouldn't have even mattered. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit boring, unfortunately. Just going to be waiting for Wokebird to slowly die. The lightning orbs and our attacks. I like to be transparent. Remember, kids, video games can be boring. Hunting for Barrage. A little bit weird to play that because it's putting a lightning orb in the front. It's still blocked enough, so it's fine. And stack is cooking, by the way. Just want to point that out. Definitely, it's blocking a lot. And I love stack. Like, stack is one of those cards where I'm like, I want to click this card, but it sucks here. Like, I think that every time I see it, pretty much. So, whenever I can get away with it, I just take it. Even when you have a big deck, it sucks sometimes. Like, if you find it too early. But when you have card that make more card, like Hello World and Dead Branch and Creative AI, then suddenly it's actually pretty real. There we go. Now we can start playing powers. A little bit of an oof here. They're only taking one? That's crazy. Defect be blocking, man. Like, what even just happened? Unfortunately, Echo Form coming from Dead Branch and not White Noise there. So it costs 3. That's a bit of a bummer. Ooh, did I have a upgraded turbo in there? That could have been a lot better. I can recycle the Tempest for a lot of energy and draw the Pod Driver. Really, really good hit on the Capacitor there. And Recursion the Dark Orb. It's great, because might as well. Random Streamline we found is cooking. Way to go, Streamline. Found Bias Clock on turn 1 again, with no Frost Orbs though, so it's not like breaking the game here or anything, but should be good. Need to find... oh, we have a strike, never mind. Strike, pretty good. So very nice boot sequence here, blocking for actually 13. That is... you love when it actually does something. Pretty trash discovery there. turbos. Take one. Still a little bit of the, these are some tough draws here, that's for sure. One more Frost Orb, but please. Defrag is good, we have heat sinks in play, right? Take white noise instead, that's very questionable. Choosing, I basically just chose a random unupgraded defect power over defrag. I think we found Echo Form, which means I was right, or it means it was better, but it doesn't mean I was right. I wanted to make a card with Dead Branch as well, probably. That had something to do with it, probably. Ooh, can I draw one card? So I can aggregate for a lot? Nope. It's good to reshuffle anyway with the aggregate in there, because we'd like to find that. Echo Form. But we drew a Void, so I can't play Cold Snap as well, which is unfortunate. Turbo is not cooperating in this fight, unfortunately. There's Electro, which is going to be really good. That's a pretty good card. Thunderstrike. Yes, sir. No relics to worry about, really. Sundial could be put on too, but that's not that big of a deal. And to thump, Deep Boston Cred, 2440. That's a very high score for this point in the run. Usually it's like in like the 1900 to 2200 range for me. And upgrade versus dig. I upgrade a THICC. Sorry, dig fans. And we walk into the shop with quite a lot of money. Capacitors here. That seems good. Rube Strike. Or something else, maybe. Nope. No curses. I card move Zap instead of Strike. Because, very notable here, past me cooking, you might think, why would you ever do that? It's because of pellets. We have to make sure we actually have attacks in our deck, man, or else we can't proc it. So I decided to keep the Strike. They're both like completely irrelevant here, Zap and Strike, right? So just get rid of the one that's not an attack. And that's the sort of observation you need to be making, because if you accidentally remove all your attacks and then you're like, wait, I have no way to proc pellets, then that's very sad. You can always make more with Dead Branch and whatnot, but the density of attacks matters, because you want to make sure you can do it at will, or else you might have to deal with the focus minus debuff for longer than you'd like. Good looking turn. Gotta find a nice card to exhaust or a turbo, that's really good. If only we had more energy. I have an energy potion I could use. I probably would have used Energy Pot in hindsight. Kinda crazy not to. But it seems unnecessary, I guess. I mean, we drew pretty well on that turn. This run is awesome, man. You love when you're playing a ton of cards. I mean, you usually are playing a lot of cards in Act 4, but just feels cool. The heat sink stuff is awesome. Heat sinks is a very cool card. I really love the whole vibe of Defect. I wish I didn't suck so much at it. And that might seem like I'm being humble bragging or something to some people, because I'm posting videos of me winning on Ascension 20 with Defect. I'm sure someone out there is like, you know, struggling to win on any level. But as somebody with a lot of hours in this game, I should be winning with Defect more than I am. That's all I'm saying. Compared to the other characters, it's obviously my worst character. And we also found a pair, by the way, for 127 max health. That's incredible. So our thickness did not stop, as it turns out. We are 127 max health. That is, I think, the highest I've ever had as a Defect without Singing Bowl even. Pretty incredible. Just found all of the fruit and like every event that gives us max health. And 2 fruit juices, of course. Getting all the stuff in play. And here we go. We're gonna try to play power attack and skill. Here we go. That cleanses our debuffs. Should play FTL probably, but maybe I just want to play Barrage instead. Yeah, that's a mistake. Should have drawn a card with that. Don't want to lose buffer. Lost buffer. That's a mistake. Not a huge one though. Sometimes it is a huge mistake, but not in this case. We are full blocking already. But still could have kept it around. No reason not to. Can we draw 4 cards? I know past me is thinking the same thing. Seems not. Loop is Grace though. I'll be very happy to have this loop, giving us some free block at the start of each turn. I could have used Upgrade Pot there on the loop, actually. Would have been good. Probably just forgetting about it. Typical me fashion. I want to put another Frost Orb in the front here. This is our great Tempest. Put the Lightning Orbs in the back instead. Energy Pot now, get the turbo back, play the Echo Form. Thank you, Dead Branch, or whatever that was. Just making so many cards. Could have been Creative AI. I don't know. It was on the right side of my hand, so not Creative AI. We blocking. Cultist Pot here. Gonna actually do quite a lot of damage with Barrage, which is very exciting. I once again can lose the buffer charge to double an Echo Form, which I do. It looks crazy, but it's not, because we're not taking damage anymore. Buffer is very, very awkward as a mechanic in general against the Heart, of course. The Beat of Death and the multi-hit both really don't care very much about that. Got another Bias Cog, that's really good. I should be getting Barrage here if I haven't done all the damage yet. I will have done all the damage though, we're fine. Aggregate. Very good. I have too much energy. Calipers would be good here. It's true. Time to start doing a billion damage. If only I could retain this Barrage. Probably kill it next turn. This definitely got to the point where we were just clicking cards eventually. Very strong run. And a Thunder Strike for 14 times 29 damage, whatever that is. Someone do the math, please. And we've done it. So we got so many. I'm pointing out all of the max health relics there. 2 fruit juices and all the fruits. We are so healthy, it's crazy. Dummy thicket for sure. And yeah, found a Bias Cog Orange Pellets combo. Found a Dead Branch for some shenanigans. Not overperforming or anything, but just a very normal Dead Branch there. And Meat on the Bone, MVP, would have 100% died without it. Or Birdface turn, probably. But yeah, Meat on the Bone in Act 1, preventing us from dying. Goated. So yeah, very pleased with that. And I hope you liked seeing a very thick robot. If you're still here, how have you not subbed? How have you not liked the video? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And as always, have a beautiful day.